Let's discuss the RAIN technique that can be used to accept your emotions. And looking at this technique, we see that R means recognize what is happening, A, allowing life to be just as it is, I, investigate your inner experience, and N, non judgment. So let's take a look at the first step, which is to recognize that you are experiencing an emotion and your emotional, physical, and your behavioral symptoms are impacting you. All emotions have mental, emotional, physical, and behavioral symptoms, and you may notice one symptom before the others. For example, you may first become aware of your inner critical voice, or you may first feel the physical symptoms such as fear or even anxiety. You also may become aware that you are yelling or even shutting down. When you first become aware of the emotion, remind yourself not to judge it. Emotions are natural, they're healthy, and they're normal. So, the purpose of this activity is to help you develop a better understanding of your emotions. First, if you choose, you can give the emotion a name. This is going to help you separate the emotion from your identity. For example, I am feeling stressed. Next, allow or accept. Just allow the emotion to be there without trying to stop it, without trying to fix it, or without trying to label it as a good emotion or a bad emotion. But keep in mind that accepting the reality of your experience does not mean that you like it or that you even want to keep it the same. This just means that you are not repressing your emotion and you're not resisting what is happening now. Instead of trying to avoid your emotions, you are shining light on them. This is important because when we try to deny what is, whether it is the situation that is upsetting us or the emotion that we're feeling, we will cause more suffering in our life. Our resistance adds another layer of stress. If we deny ourselves the emotions, if we repressed our emotions, they will go on to eat away at us from within, where it will fester and create worst emotional and physical pain and dis-ease in the long term. By allowing the emotion to be there, we stay focused in the present moment, which is where we are able to process and then release the emotion. By facing our emotion, we take back our power to create long term change. For example, for me, weeks and months after my daughter Lucy Pink and Jasmine passed away, I found myself having moments where I felt severe sadness. And like I stated before, I was in a dark place. I was so sad. But from it, instead of hiding from myself, I would go to a private, quiet space and allow it to be there. And I would cry and I would feel a weight lifted off my shoulders after I felt and released my emotions. This allowed me not to be in that space and it allowed me to just release my emotions without shame and without judgment. Investigate. In the third step, you would take time to investigate the feeling and the emotion. In other words, Call on your natural curiosity without judging the situation. So, you're not necessarily trying to fix anything. You're just trying to develop an understanding of how you feel and why. For example, you can ask yourself, how would you describe the emotions that you're feeling? What sensations do you feel in your body? What thoughts are going on in your mind? Have I felt this way before? And if yes, when? Is there some type of trigger or events that's making me feel this way? Is my thinking realistic? Do I have a full picture of the situation? What does this feeling want from me? Are there things I can do to nurture myself? What are the consequences of these emotions? How will accepting and releasing this emotion positively impact my life? The last step is to accept the feelings, the thoughts, and the emotions. Accept that they are not you. You are the awareness that experience the emotions, but you are not the emotions. The emotions do not define who you are. By recognizing that your thoughts, your emotions, and your behaviors are not who you are better able to observe yourself and see that the experience is just temporary. Your new awareness gives you the ability to be the observer and just allow the emotion to pass. And it also gives you the opportunity to make a decision about how you wish to respond.